What's up everyone, Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry, and today we have a special review for you of the Carl Friedrik Traverse 27-liter backpack, a $600 luxury bag that has a few points to share. Here's what's on the agenda. We'll take a tour of the key features and materials, measure the actual volume of the bag with beans, we'll pack it out, we'll score it against our analytical rubric, and then we'll give our final thoughts on if the Traverse 27-liter is right for you. Plus, be sure to stick around to the end of the video because we have a very exciting announcement on how you could enter to win this bag. There are chapter markers all along the video so that you can skip to the section that you're most interested in. For full disclosure, Carl Friedrik did send me this bag for free for review. No money exchanged hands and all opinions are my own. They also had no input on this video before it was uploaded. I value transparency as a reviewer, which is why I accepted this bag. I wanted to show you guys a $600 bag that most of us wouldn't consider, and also to explore broader topics about luxury bags at this price point, which I'll talk a little bit about in our final thoughts and in future videos. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel, we like to talk about sling bags, backpacks, and everything in between because we believe the perfect bag gets you where you're going faster. Our goal is to give you all the details so that this is the last review that you have to watch before deciding if this bag is right for you. But before we continue, you know the drill. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, you smash that notification bell so that you don't miss any more Emerald's Daily Carry goodness. And without further ado, you better buckle up because this one's gonna be a long one. Some background information about Carl Friedrik and this bag before we continue. Carl Friedrik is a direct-to-consumer leather and travel goods company headquartered in London, England, founded by two Swedish brothers, Nicholas and Mattis Opperman in 2012. Known for their minimalist aesthetic and premium craftsmanship, Carl Friedrik's products have gained attention not only from YouTube reviewers, but also from appearances on popular TV shows like Succession and The White Lotus. According to their website, Carl Friedrik aspires to elevate your traveling experience with reliable, durable bags made of premium materials and timeless designs. Their commitment to craftsmanship is reflected in their use of high-quality leather from Italian tanneries and sustainably sourced materials when possible. We spent 2 weeks testing this bag, putting it through its paces, taking it on day trips to coffee shops, mountain towns, and exploring various neighborhoods to assess how it performs in its advertised use case of daily use and travel. The Traverse backpack retails for $645 for the black nylon version that I have here, but for $100 more, you can upgrade to the chocolate or charcoal nubuck leather versions of the bag. This is the largest backpack that Carl Friedrik offers with an advertised capacity of 27 liters, and it's a part of the Move collection that is specifically designed for urban travelers. One thing that sets Carl Friedrik apart is its focus on balancing form and function. This bag is marketed as an ideal companion for those who value style and practicality, so we're excited to see how it does in our real-world testing. Getting into the specs of the bag, we'll talk about the listed measurements and then we'll take our own measurements here in the studio. The listed weight is 3.2 pounds and the listed external dimensions are 17.5 inches long, 12.8 inches wide, and 7.5 inches deep. Based on these measurements, this bag should be good for a personal item carry on most airlines, but please be sure to check your actual airline's website before you fly. And of course, the listed capacity is 27 liters. Okay, so now we'll take our own measurements to see how accurate the listed measurements are on their website. Starting off with the weight, I have my handy dandy little scale here, and our scale is reading about 3 pounds, so it's a little bit less than the listed weight. All right, now let's measure the actual dimensions. From the top of the bag to the bottom of the bag, it's about 19 inches, and our width is about 14 inches, but if we're also counting the side pockets, then it ends up being a little bit closer to 16.5 inches. And the depth is gonna be pretty easy to measure here since we have a very solid bottom. It's gonna be about 8 inches. So based on our studio dimensions, the bag is actually a little bit bigger than the listed dimensions, but because this bag has like almost no structure, just depending on how the bag sits and how it's packed out, it could be a little bit bigger or smaller than the listed dimensions. If you're not packing this bag out all the way to the brim, it can definitely still fit in it as a personal item. You're just gonna have to squeeze it a little bit. You see how like it just loses all of its volume if you just kind of squish it in. So it's a kind of a versatile bag in that way. Because there's almost no structure in the bag besides the bottom bottom and the back, you can really flex this outside material to make the bag as big as you want. Okay, now for the fun part, we get to fill this bag with beans. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at this video right over here. We explained all about our process of how we decided on putting beans in the bag, but essentially we're just trying to figure out what the actual volume is. This is not a scientific measurement. There's still gonna be air pockets in between the beans, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of a better idea as far as how much actual capacity is in the bag. I'll fill beans into the liter mark and then just keep filling the bag until it's full. So let's get started. That's 13 liters right there. That's 19 liters. So we were able to fill about 22 liters of beans. We actually used all the beans that we have, which is basically to say that an entire 5-gallon bucket of beans was able to fit inside of this bag. In the main compartment, we still have about 4 to 5 inches of actual space that we can put beans in. So I'd say that since we're at 22 liters, this probably is a 27-liter bag, just because you're also able to expand this top part as well because you have a buckle enclosure. Let's just see what it looks like at this volume. There you go, that's the bag fully packed out, at least for the main compartment. Remember, you still have all of this side access pocket. We didn't count the water bottle pocket and we didn't count the front access pockets. If you do account for these pockets as well, then you're definitely gonna get to 27 liters full show. I would say that the 27-liter listed volume is actually pretty accurate in this case, which is very surprising. First bag that we've ever reviewed that actually has a very accurate volume. But let's just see what it looks like fully packed out, worn on me. Oh my God. Okay, just to give you guys a little comparison of the bag, this is it with all of the beans in it. We're definitely, I think, at the capacity that this is no longer going to be a very comfortable bag to carry. It does feel very much like the weight is trying to pull me backwards. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a monster bag at this size. And for fun, let's just weigh it. All right, our scale is reading 39.5 pounds, so this is definitely way over the capacity or actual weight that you would want to be carrying this bag at. So please don't do that. And now I'm gonna take out all the beans and we'll be right back.
Editing Emerald here. This is what the Traverse looks like on a 6-foot man. And here's what it looks like on me. I'm 5'7". We've also included our torso length so you can see how the bag wears. And let's get back to the review.
All right, getting into the materials of the bag, Carl Friedrik made it pretty easy for me and listed out most of the materials on their product page or the material website, so thank you very much for that. The exterior body material is made out of 100% recycled pre-consumer nylon that gives this bag a high degree of water resistance. It's easy to clean and durable. It has a matte sheen to it. This nylon material is very similar to the Lululemon Everywhere Sling belt bag, so if you've ever felt that nylon, this feels very similar. All of the leather pieces on this bag, including the zipper pulls, leather accents, and details, are made out of vachetta leather. What is vachetta leather? Well, according to the internet, vachetta leather is distinguished by its high fat content and natural look, which creates a soft, buttery to touch finish. According to the Carl Friedrik material page, they source their raw hides from Scandinavian cattle and finish it with a vegetable tan. We have custom nickel silver finished metal hardware for the main buckle and the 2 shoulder strap adjustment points with a little bit of Carl Friedrik branding right here on each of the buckles. All the zippers on the bag are YKK. This drawstring is made out of a nylon, very similar to the nylon that you would find on a thicker shoelace. The interior lining is a technical nylon canvas, according to the product page. And to the touch, it feels like a non-weather treated nylon, so it's a bit rougher than the exterior, but it's probably a similar denier that they use on the exterior of the bag. And the harness system straps are made out of a thicker nylon. Moving to the back panel, the entire back panel and insides of the shoulder strap are covered with air mesh padding. The top parts of the strap are made of the same body material, so it's 100% recycled nylon with leather trimmed finish. We also have some leather trimming here at the bottom of the strap, and then more leather here and a leather top handle. Overall, the materials combine a mixture of luxury touch points while giving the bag a more durable and travel-friendly body material. For the features of the bag, let's start off with the pocket layout and go from there. This bag has 11 pockets, starting out with the front. We have 2 quick access pockets on the front of the bag, 2 side quick access pockets. We have 1 laptop compartment big enough to hold a 16-inch laptop. On the back of the bag, under the luggage pass-through, there is a hidden zippered pocket that's good for a passport or a wallet in transit. On this side of the bag, we have a hidden water bottle pocket, and on the interior of the bag, we have a large slip pocket here in the front, 1 zippered pocket in the front of the bag, and 2 slip pockets also on the front. Now let's go over all these pockets in more detail. On the front, we have 2 quick access pockets, 1 on each side of the bag. These pockets are separated and do not share dimension or space with each other. So for example, if you pack out the right side a bunch, it's not going to eat into the volume of the left side of the bag. And just so that you can see, this is how big the pocket is. It fits about my entire hand, and it does have its own volume. Same here on the left side. Both sides of the bag have a zippered stash pocket with their own volume. This would be really great for quick access items like a phone or a battery bank. It's a pretty deep pocket, and in our measurements, this can hold about 1 liter of volume. On one side of the bag, you have a hidden water bottle pocket. Just to show you how insanely huge this pocket is, I have 4 different water bottles here of different sizes and capacities. This is gonna be my smallest bottle. It's a memo bottle. I believe this is about 1/2 liter. This is an 18-ounce water bottle, but it is glass, so it has a little bit of a thicker girth to it. We've got all the way up to a 1 liter Nalgene and a 40-liter insulated hydro flask. So let's see how well this pocket does with all 4 of these bottles. When we put a massive bottle in here, it doesn't take up too much of the internal space of the bag. This pocket will be better for longer and skinnier water bottles or flat lay water bottles like the memo bottle, but you're gonna be fine with almost anything. And hey, if you don't carry a water bottle, you just have an extra quick access pocket. You could probably fit an entire foot-long Subway sandwich in there. On the other side, we have a laptop compartment. Nothing fancy in here, no soft lining or false bottom, but you're probably not chucking this bag anywhere, so it probably doesn't matter. Opening up the bag, we have our buckled enclosure, so you're just gonna lift up and then pull it through the hole. To close it again, you're just gonna do the opposite, and then it will automatically cinch itself. Once you're into the buckle, you're gonna have this drawstring enclosure, so it'll be a push to tighten and a pull to loosen, and then you're gonna get access to your main compartment. Because of this drawstring and buckle combo, you're gonna be able to expand this capacity as needed. In the back of the main compartment, we have a slip pocket big enough for your business papers, man. And in the front, we have a zippered pocket. This is a very large zippered pocket. You could probably fit an A5 notebook in here. You have 2 slip pockets right underneath that zippered compartment. Those are gonna be good for some cords or a power brick. Looking at the back panel, under the luggage pass-through, there is a hidden zippered pocket big enough to fit a passport or a wallet while you're in transit. It's really well hidden right underneath the luggage pass-through. You're gonna have to kind of do one of those things to get the zipper, but that just means that it's gonna be really secure under your back. The top carry handle has a soft, untanned leather bottom that's really nice to touch. This handle has its own structure, so it's going to be very easy to handle at all times. When the bag is fully packed out, it might be slightly uncomfortable to carry the bag by this handle since it is on the thinner side, and it can start to feel like it's pinching your hand a little bit. This entire back panel is made out of air mesh, so it's going to be very plush and breathable. It's not very abrasion resistant and can trap hairs or other debris pretty easily. If you're a perpetual back sweater, this fabric might smell a little funky if you don't properly maintain it. While wearing the bag, the air mesh might feel a little coarse on your skin, especially when putting on the shoulder straps, but it's by far not the roughest mesh that we tested. The nylon used for the harness system adjustment is a little sticky just because it's so thick. It can get caught in the metal buckle quite a lot. We found the same to be true for the front buckle. It will need a little bit of finagling to get in place, but once it is, we found no issue with any accidental slippage. And our luggage pass-through is vertical, meaning that your bag will stay in the upright position when on your roller luggage. We found that it's a pretty snug fit and it's gonna need some maneuvering to get on your trolley, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna be very secure once it's on. It just might be a little annoying if you are going from putting it onto your luggage bag to carrying it and then putting it back on. That maneuvering might just be a little bit annoying to deal with. This bag does stand on its own thanks to the padded bottom, but it does have a tendency to lean forward, especially once you start packing the bag out with really heavy stuff like a laptop. But speaking of pack outs, let's get into the pack out section. We're gonna do a couple different pack out situations based on the advertised use case of daily use and up to 3 days worth of travel. I think I can fit about a week's worth of clothes in this bag just based on how big the volume is, but let's pack it out and see. The first pack out we have is for a daily commuter. This is for someone who takes public transit into an office. So we have a bunch of stuff like a book and some headphones that are gonna help with the commute aspect of it. Plus we have all of our actual tech accessories for work. So let's get to it. Starting with these little small items here, I have my keys, I have some oil control film, some mints, and my AirPods are gonna go into the quick access pockets. I got 2 snacks. I think that I'm gonna put them in the side access pocket. My phone and my wallet are gonna go into the other side access pocket. In the water bottle pocket, I'm gonna put my 18-ounce water bottle in there. And in the laptop compartment, I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Fits in there really nice. My back lay flat pocket, I'm gonna put my business papers in there. I have a book for reading, my charging case for all of my electronics. I have a notebook, my lunch, my really chunky headphone case, and to top it off, I got a jacket, just in case I get cold. Cinch that up. And there you have it, with room to spare, everything packed out for our commute. So for our next packing scenario, we're gonna use this as our personal item bag when we're flying. So I have a little bit more electronic stuff to keep me entertained when I'm on the plane. And then I also have a little bit extra stuff as far as clothes go. So let's pack it out. I have all of the same essentials as far as my quick access goes. I got my phone, my wallet, I have my snacks. And in these quick access pockets, I have the same items as well. I'm also still carrying the same water bottle and laptop in their own compartments. On the back, I am gonna add my passport to the passport pocket. And in the main compartment of the bag, I have a small packing cube from Peak Design. This is 1 day's worth of clothes. That's just in case I get separated from my actual bag, I at least have 1 additional change of clothes for that. Then I have my Nintendo Switch case, my really beefy headphones, a notebook, a small toiletry kit. I'm gonna add this to my quick access pocket with my phone. A Kindle. I'll put that in the back slip pocket, and I also have room for an extra jacket. All right, there you go. We are fully packed out for a personal item for travel. And our last packing situation is gonna be using this bag as a 1-bag travel for 3 to 7 days. Let's see if it fits. So again, I have the same stuff in my quick access and my side pockets, still have my laptop, still have my water bottle in the same pockets, and I have my passport in the back passport pocket. This is about 3 to 5 days worth of clothes in a large Peak Design packing cube. I have my toiletry kit, my toothbrush, a Kindle. This is my really beefy electronics pouch. Let's see if I can fit my switch case in there. My notebook, a quick dry towel, and my jacket. All right, so we were able to fit everything except for my really big chunky headphone case, which is probably fine because I still have my AirPods in my quick access pocket, so I'm kind of basically doubling up with one earphone and one headphone. So I'm totally happy with not bringing this because it's so big. But the fact that we were able to fit 3 to 5 days worth of clothes, plus everything that we were able to fit with our personal item pack out is pretty impressive just as far as the actual capacity of this bag. Now I will say that if you're trying to actually wear this bag at this size, it's going to be very uncomfortable. But just to see how big this bag can actually expand because it's made out of nylon and has almost no structure to it, you can really bulge out the sides, which will give you additional capacity. Remember that we still have our laptop and our water bottles still in here, and it still looks pretty good to me. So there you go, 3 pack out situations for the Traverse. And now the moment that you've all been waiting for, it's time to score the Traverse 27 liter against our analytical rubric. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check out this video right here. It's gonna tell you all about our analytical rubric and break down our scoring process. I would classify this bag as a luxury travel backpack designed for those who prioritize aesthetic and the statement of the bag over full functionality. If you're looking at bags in this price range or even higher, I would say that price is kind of secondary to you or not even a real consideration. What you really care about is the look and the overall brand experience. Because of this, we're going to exclude the unique value proposition section from the rubric for bags in this category. But for our remaining categories, we're going to do 45% for design, 40% for components, and 15% under marketing because I really hope you get exceptional customer service for luxury brands. For design, under aesthetic, let's just be honest, this is probably the reason why you're even considering this bag. The aesthetic is the reason to buy it. The rucksack silhouette is an iconic and timeless design, and there's a reason why it has stuck around for so long. Originally designed for military use back in the 19th century, it was all about durability and practicality. Over time, it's become a symbol of rugged sophistication with its clean lines, structured shape, giving off this vibe of craftsmanship and purpose. People see a rucksack and automatically think, that bag is not cheap. It's a style that screams intentional design, and in the world of high fashion, that's a big deal. Let me know in the comments if you want a deeper dive into this whole how does military stuff equal high fashion, because it's a very fascinating topic. And I would say that Carl Friedrik has really nailed this blend of old and new. You've got classic features like the buckle enclosure and the 2 side pockets that really give out the rucksack silhouette, but they've been able to modernize the style as well, adding really functional features like this nylon fabric and a luggage pass-through. It's the kind of bag that looks very vintage, but can definitely function in today's world. Now, if you're considering the nubuck version of this bag, yes, it's gonna be a lot more high maintenance than this nylon, but honestly, super well worth it. It's gonna lean even heavier into that vintage heritage style with the leather exterior. So for aesthetics, I would say the Traverse gets a solid 5. It's such a great balance of heritage design and modern features, bringing it into the present day. And for a luxury bag, this one is surprisingly functional. It offers convenient features like quick access pockets, side pockets, a luggage pass-through, hidden water bottle pockets, 11 pockets in total with no bulges and having a sleek silhouette. Still, the top-loading design can make it very tricky to access items at the bottom of the bag, so we hope to see an additional entry point to the main compartment in a newer iteration of the bag. One workaround we found for quicker access was to keep this main buckle unlocked so that we could just open up the flap. Because of this drawstring opening, the main compartment is very easy to grab things like a jacket in transit. The trade-off though is obviously this is not going to be as aesthetically pleasing as if you were to do the buckle correctly like this, but it's a trade-off worth making if you are in transit and you need access to your things more quickly. Overall, we scored the Traverse a 4 in functionality. While there's room for improvement, there's definitely enough features in this bag for most use cases without losing all of its luxurious appeal. For build quality, the Traverse is solidly constructed with high quality materials. The vachetta leather has a smooth and refined finish, giving the bag a really unique, sophisticated look. We scored this bag a 4.5 for build quality, but it is worth noting that the nubuck leather version of this bag would have elevated that experience even more, especially at this price point, giving this bag a truly premium feel. When it comes to protection, let's be real, the Traverse is not designed to prioritize it, but honestly, it probably doesn't really matter that much. What are you even gonna do with this bag? You're probably just gonna set it gently in your car and then gently on a table, and then you're gonna ever so gently slide it under the seat in front of you on the airplane. And you can tell just by the way that Carl Friedrik has designed this bag that it is essentially assuming that that's how you're going to treat it. You can tell by some of the design choices, like not adding a false bottom in the laptop compartment and having basically almost no structure to the bag besides the bottom and the back panel. Let's face it, you're probably gonna baby this bag a lot more than it's gonna baby your stuff, and you know it. Don't lie to me. We scored the Traverse a 3 in protection because it's exactly what you think it is, and it's very good for careful use and nothing more. Getting into the carry experience, let's hop over to Emerald in the field. She's gonna tell us about her real-world testing of the Traverse 27.
Hello. All right, so we've got the Traverse backpack on. We packed it with our office setup. So I have a pretty extensive editing setup. So this bag weighs about 24 pounds right now. I'd say it's probably on the top end of what you would possibly put in this bag. I've been walking around for about 10, 15 minutes. I'm already starting to feel it in my shoulders, specifically right at the top. Right here is where all the pressure is at. I tried putting the bag a little bit higher and tighter on my back to try to alleviate some of that pressure, but because of where the shoulder straps sit, it's actually now starting to pinch my neck a little bit, and my boob area, kind of right here, starting to feel a little bit. If I try to loosen it, let's see if that helps anything. So now I feel like I'm getting pushed back, like the bag is like pushing me back a little bit. So you see now that the bag is super far away from my center. Overall, I would say that this bag's probably not meant for long treks. Really just getting out of the car, going back in the car, getting into the taxi, getting out of the taxi, that kind of thing. Putting this bag on the table, sliding it under the seat. That's pretty much all you're gonna do with this bag at this price point, I would assume. So you're probably gonna be good in most cases, but if you end up having to like walk around or wait in line for something, this thing is gonna definitely start to feel a little bit heavy.
Thanks Emerald in the field for putting your back on the line for us and your first-hand account using the Traverse for 20 minutes. Now, all rucksack bags do not have the same experience as the Traverse does as far as carrying goes, but it's definitely a common problem when you have a bag with this silhouette and this large capacity with thinner straps. This bag being as deep as it is doesn't help the cause either, because it just means that more weight is going to be farther from your back than close to it, which is where weight is very easy to carry. Many rucksack style bags prioritize style and classic design over functionality, which is why you don't see this silhouette in hiking bags or backpacking bags. For those reasons, we gave the Traverse a 2 for comfort. It looks great, but unless you're trying to relive the glory days of military battle, it's not going to be a very comfortable carrying experience if you are going to put any type of actual load in it. Regarding the access points of the Traverse, we scored it a 3.5. We have 2 very accessible quick access pockets in the front. You can swing the bag over either shoulder and get very easy access to these pockets. This, in addition to the hidden passport pocket in the luggage pass-through, the hidden water bottle pocket, and just the way that this bag is able to compartmentalize all of the different sized pockets into its volume while still maintaining a sleek silhouette is really impressive. While side access to the main compartment will be a huge game changer for this bag if it is implemented, the wide opening at the top does make up for it. So as far as access goes, you have pretty decent access to basically everywhere in the bag besides the bottom of the main compartment. Moving on to components, starting off with the zippers, we scored the Traverse a 4.25 in that category. We've got really awesome YKK zippers on here. Every single zipper is a YKK, so you're not gonna have any problems with zippers on this bag. They are not water resistant zippers, but because this bag has a lot of leather accents, and if you go with the nubuck leather version of the bag, obviously you don't want to get this anywhere near water, so it's not really a deal breaker in this case. The only slight hiccup that we found were these 2 side pockets as far as zippers go. Sometimes you can get really stuck here in the corners, especially if this bag isn't packed out. Like right there. you're gonna get stuck pretty much every single time. The only way that you're gonna be able to fix this is if this was more of a crescent shaped zippered opening instead of a squared off shape. But honestly, like, that kind of defeats the entire purpose of having a rucksack silhouette. So it's a very fine trade-off. You'll just get used to it. Just pull a little harder and pull a little harder in the back and you're gonna be fine. Moving on to the harness system, you're gonna be getting a very basic no frills setup with no sternum strap or load adjustments at all. The only thing that you can adjust is the length of the strap. This keeps the design very sleek and elegant, which aligns with the aesthetic appeal of the bag. But as the saying goes, beauty is pain in this case. So because the straps are very narrow, it's gonna create a lot more pressure in a very small area instead of having it be on a wider set on your shoulders. The straps are also really close together, so this is gonna maybe pinch your neck a little bit if you wear this bag high and tight. To make this bag more comfortable, they would have had to make these straps a lot thicker and have them be a little bit farther set apart. But then you're kind of going into the tactical territory, which is not the aesthetic of this bag. Hopefully in the next iteration, we would love to see at least just having these shoulder straps be a little bit farther set apart. That's gonna help a lot with at least it not pinching your neck when you do wear it high and tight. We scored the harness system a 2.75 because it is a little bit of what you expect for a luxury bag, but there are definite comfort issues to make this bag feel as good as it looks. Now moving on to the back panel, it is very plush and evenly padded with this air mesh foam. This material is gonna give you excellent airflow and a cushioned feel, but you are sacrificing durability and a little bit of debris resistance for that. While there are some passive air channels created just by the stitching of this air mesh, we would love to see a larger, more pronounced like thing in the middle that has no padding on it so that there's actual depth difference between certain parts of the bag so that you have areas where there's more ventilation. For some inspiration, the Air City Pack Pro also uses air mesh material that's a little bit softer than the one that's used on the Traverse, but as you can see, the entire back panel is not full-on foam. This design helps reduce contact with your spine, which helps with airflow and ventilation so that sweat buildup and rank doesn't kind of get on your really nice bag. But on a positive note, the luggage pass-through is very well executed. It's vertical, which means that all your stuff is gonna stay exactly where you put it when you put this bag on a luggage. Additionally, the hidden passport pocket under the luggage pass-through is excellent, and it's very good at securing your passport when you are traveling. It's a really practical and secure feature that all travelers want, and we love to see it. We scored the back panel a 3.5. While the back panel is very comfortable, a more breathable design will elevate it even further. Sometimes less is more. Moving on to the main compartment, it has a two-step opening system, first with this buckled latch and with this drawstring enclosure. This gives you flexibility for quicker entry. If you don't want to buckle the latch, for example, you can just get to the top of the bag with the drawstring because it doesn't fully close the top portion of the bag. Inside the main compartment of the bag, it's going to be just a black hole of nothingness with very minimal pocketing. This means that the bag is going to be lightweight and maximizes its carrying capacity, but you're going to have to bring your own organization to this bag, utilizing pouches or folders or whatever you use to try to fish your stuff out of the dark interior of the bag. To improve functionality, we would love to see a lighter interior color of the bag, maybe even a lighter gray or white or cream colored would be super awesome, just because black on black is very hard to see your things, especially if you don't have a side access to a main compartment that is this big. We scored the Traverse a 4 for the main compartment. It has the very classic silhouette of a rucksack, but it brings in a little bit of that modern touch with additional pocketing at the back and the front. With a few tweaks, this bag could be even more versatile and user-friendly. Going over the quick access pockets, they're very well designed with their own volume. You can easily reach your phone, your wallet, your keys. You can even fit your sunglass case in these quick access pockets, they're so big. And these pockets are very easy to reach on either shoulder when you swing the bag around. Each pocket has its own independent volume, which is great for organization. However, in a future iteration, it might be interesting to explore what it would be like if those two pockets shared an interior wall. So for example, if you're a right-handed user, you would have your more dominant pocket, you'd put all of your more quick access things, and then on the left-hand pocket that you don't really access very frequently, you would put all of your non-essentials that you use on a very limited basis. And then that way the volume of those 2 pockets can kind of intertwine depending on how much you pack out each of them. We scored the quick access pockets on the Traverse a 4.5 for its excellent access while you're carrying the bag, and a smart interior layout that doesn't inhibit the volume of the main compartment. The laptop compartment features a large side access opening big enough to fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro, no problem. This interior pocket, however, has no extra lighting or padding or false bottom for your laptop, so protection and safety of your laptop in this compartment is a concern. This is definitely one of the weaker points of the bag, as it doesn't really provide a lot of peace of mind when carrying a very expensive equipment inside of a very expensive bag. We scored the laptop compartment a 2.5. We're hoping in future iterations of the bag that they improve on the security and function of this pocket. The same can't be said about this water bottle pocket, which is fantastic. It has a very large capacity. You can definitely fit a 40-ounce insulated water bottle in here, no problem, with room to spare, but it does this while keeping the bag's sleek and slim silhouette. Plus, there's really smart internal layering of the pockets on the inside of this bag, where the water bottle pocket doesn't actually protrude into the main compartment or get super into the side compartment or the laptop compartment. Like, the way that they have maneuvered those 4 pockets from not really interfering a whole lot with each other is kind of amazing. That said, there are a couple of really small tweaks that would make this like a god tier water bottle pocket. One of them being having this interior liner be a waterproof material of some sort, and the addition of a drainage hole at the bottom just in case there is a spill. Those 2 things would make me feel really comfortable putting almost any liquid in this compartment, especially because this compartment touches the laptop compartment. I would be really afraid of the water spilling in my water bottle for whatever reason. Maybe this bag falls off my luggage or something, it rolls down the hill, whatever. I would just want to have that peace of mind knowing that, oh, this is locked and sealed from the other things in my bag, and I don't have to worry about water spilling onto all of my other stuff. With those 2 small updates, this could definitely be god tier level water bottle pocket, but for now it's a 4.5. Really solid. Moving on to our marketing section, starting off with company. We scored Carl Friedrik the company 4.5. Carl Friedrik emphasizes sustainability by using vegetable tan leathers, recycled fabrics, and prioritizing creating quality products that will last. This, in addition to their 100-day free trial, definitely contributes to their score. When reviewing the product page for the Traverse, we saw a few areas of improvement which would help the user experience and help potential buyers make more informed decisions. For example, including use case scenarios, showcasing the bag on different body shapes and sizes, and providing a mock pack-out lay flat image would give buyers a better sense of what this bag can hold. Adding video walkthroughs or featuring customer reviews could also build confidence in the buying process. While the current product page covers the basics, offering more details and supplemental materials would go a long way in helping users feel confident about investing in the Traverse. We scored the product page a 3 for these reasons. But when it comes to returns and warranties, Carl Friedrik got your back. And that is exactly what you would expect from a luxury brand, is luxury customer service. And they definitely deliver that with a 100-day free trial for a full refund or exchange. And they do not charge you for return shipping if you live in the US, the UK, or Europe. Sorry everybody else, you're gonna have to pay 20 pounds for international shipping, but that covers most of the bases and definitely a lot better than most other brands. On top of this, Carl Friedrik will give you a lifetime warranty on their products, which will cover manufacturing defects, or if you have, like, let's say some loose stitching, you need a zipper pull, or you need like leather to be redone, it will cover all of that for you for life. These policies make Carl Friedrik's returns and warranties some of the best that we've seen, so we're scoring it a 4.75. In terms of advertising, the bag definitely delivers on its promise towards customers who really prioritize luxury. It even exceeded some of our expectations, providing a lot more functionality than we expected. Some standout features include a gigantic water bottle pocket, a luggage pass-through, the hidden passport pocket, and really awesome quick access pockets. But overall, the Traverse has had very limited advertising and promotion, so we can't really say yes or no as far as if it was successful. But in our own experience, it does deliver as a daily work bag or a 3 to 5 day travel bag. Based on these factors, we scored the Traverse a 4 for advertising. Finally, in the volume category, we scored the Traverse a 5 because it was actually accurate to its stated weight and volume. What? Crazy. That's crazy, right? How is that even possible? The main compartment holds about 22 to 24 liters of stuff, and you can definitely max it out to even more than that, but you can definitely extend that volume with this top buckle latch system. All the other different pockets kind of take up the additional 4 to 5 liters of space that you're gonna have. And yes, while you can technically fit 27 liters of stuff in this bag, we really wouldn't recommend walking anywhere more than 20 minutes with this bag. But if you're primarily moving this bag on top of your roller luggage, you're not gonna have a whole lot of these issues. You can pack this to your heart's content. For daily carry or typical use, once you get to your destination, you're probably not gonna be maxing it out at 27 liters, so you should be fine either way. Now finally, to the scoring part. If we add up all of our totals and normalize our score, this bag earns a 74.8, which is in solid C territory. This bag excels in aesthetics, offering a sleek and minimal design, while also maintaining quite a bit of functionality. But it fell short in some areas like comfort and practicality, specifically with certain design choices like the laptop compartment. The Traverse sits in this really interesting middle ground where it's not really gonna appeal to someone who is just solely for fashion, and it's not gonna appeal to the person who's solely for function. With a few adjustments specifically to the comfort and some of the design choices, this bag could definitely be in higher territory. All right, so now we're moving into our final thoughts. Who do I think this bag is for? I think if you are one of 3 people, this is the perfect bag for you. Number 1, if you're a working professional, somebody who commutes somewhere, you meet people face to face, specifically a client-facing job, a white-collar client-facing job, and you kind of want to turn heads, but in a good way, this is a really awesome bag for that. It can carry all of your stuff. So if you are the commuter that you need to carry like, you know, your lunch, your giant headphones, and your work stuff, this bag is going to do it for you. And then once you whip out your business papers with this bag, people are gonna be like, that guy knows what the heck he's talking about. So if you're a working professional, definitely try to consider this bag. The second person that I think this bag is good for is a frequent flyer, specifically somebody who is a carry-on plus personal item type of person. You bring a roller luggage with you and a bag. This is the bag that you will bring. You're the type of traveler who only does urban adventures. What I mean by that is like, you're going from one city to another city, you're going from hotels to taxis to like your house, and that's it. The sleek design is gonna fit in with a lot of styles, and it's really gonna elevate your game. Carl Friedrik is really interesting because it has a lot of minimal branding, so it's kind of like that quiet luxury that it kind of fits with everything that you would possibly wear and in every urban situation that you would possibly be in. So yeah, if you're that frequent traveler and that checks off all the boxes for you, you should check out this bag. And finally, the third person who I think this is for is if you're just a design enthusiast and you just appreciate this bag for what it is. Like, you appreciate the quality of the materials, you appreciate the sleek silhouette, you appreciate the leather accents, like you just love the bag for being a bag. Get the nubuck version of the bag, but I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be a really good luxury bag to add to your collection. Who do I think this bag isn't for? I think if you want some super durable, highly functional, tactical bag, that's everything this bag is not. That's like a go get a Go Ruck bag, you know? Like, this is on the other end of the spectrum from a Go Ruck bag. It is not going to be a ruckin' bag, even though it is a rucksack, so haha. This bag really prioritizes style and subtlety over practicality. In summary, the Carl Friedrik Traverse bag is perfect for anyone who wants a refined, stylish bag that elevates your look and lifestyle while still serving its purpose. It's a bag that makes a statement, but whispers it instead of shouting. So would I personally buy this bag? That is a super great question, which kind of leads me down a rabbit hole of thought, which I'm gonna get into, so here you go. Carl Friedrik's pricing structure for the Traverse bag brings up very interesting thoughts about something that we've talked about on this channel, which is value perception. How much does a bag cost, and is it worth it to you? At $645, this bag is very sleek, it's very minimal, it's got all the things, you know, like nylon as a material, it's very durable, but it does fall a little short on that actual luxurious experience of a full leather bag. And that experience can be yours for only $100 more than this nylon version of the bag. The leather version of the bag is the true actual luxury bag that you probably want to get if you are looking for a luxury bag. And this taps into a broader trend among luxury brands where they basically create a little mini ladder that you climb, and each rung they try to make a little bit more enticing than the rung that you were just at. And that is definitely what is happening here with the nylon version and this invisible leather version of the bag that I don't have. This is a very interesting way for brands to try to make this decision feel like a no-brainer, like it just feels a lot better to spend the extra $100 for the leather bag because you know that leather is more expensive than nylon. You know what I'm saying? So what does this all mean? It just means that for you as a buyer, you just need to be aware that this is what's happening and then come to your own conclusions. Like if you do prioritize those things and you are kind of on that boat of like, I do want full-on luxury, get the leather version of the bag. That is what it is, you know? This nylon version is kind of just here to make you want the leather one. And knowing that that is the magic trick that's happening is what's gonna make you an informed buyer. And yeah, just, you know, buy whatever you wanna buy. All right, we made it through. We got to the end. If you like this content and you are considering purchasing this bag, there is a link in the video description. It does help support the channel. And you know, I just wanna say that these reviews do take quite a bit of time. It's about 3.5 weeks to make a video like this with all of the researching, the production, and then the editing time. So I would really appreciate your support. And if you want a chance to win this exact bag that I've been using for 2 weeks as my review unit, I promise it's very gently used. Here's how it works. You earn points for different actions like commenting on the video, subscribing to the channel, or sharing this video with a friend. But before you do any of that, make sure that you check the link in the video description and go to the landing page because we definitely need your email address so that we can contact you if you are the winner. A winner will be randomly selected on December 27th and you have until then to enter. Just a heads up, you do have to be a resident of the United States in order to enter this giveaway. I'm so sorry, but international shipping is just too expensive. If you are the chosen one, we will contact you via email and you have 5 business days in order to respond to us. If we don't hear back from you, we're gonna just pick another winner until the cycle ends. This is our very first giveaway that we're able to do on this channel and I'm so excited to be able to share this bag with you. Hopefully it's gonna be a fun and simple, smooth process, but I can only imagine there's gonna be hiccups along the way. So please bear with us and let's keep it light, fun, and fair. No ghouls ruining the vibes, okay? Good luck to all of you guys out there. I can't wait to see who gets to take this bag home. And if you haven't done so already, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with a friend. It all helps support the channel and give good vibes out to the YouTube algorithm so that other people can also enjoy this video. My name is Emerald from Emerald's Daily Carry. Thank you guys so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.